Hi, my name is John Prabhu Kopel, and I want to share a few astrological insights with you about what's going on. A friend of mine asked me to do this. So we're in quite the situation now. Why? I'm a Vedic astrologer, and most Vedic astrologers don't look at the outer planets, but that's to our detriment if we don't. Because the major problem here that we're experiencing is with Pluto. And I want to read something to you from astrology.com about Pluto. Pluto's energy may be subtle, but its results hit you like a ton of bricks. This planet is about transformation, regeneration, and rebirth. Pluto says out with the old and in with the new, and we better be ready for it. If we're not, this planet will simply have us wallow in our misery. Pluto asks us to transcend that which we know, redeem ourselves in the process, and come out stronger as a result. Does that sound familiar? This is what our guru has been teaching us, that we should be fearless, we should be strong. Pluto rules death, destruction, and viruses. Wow. This isn't pretty, is it? It also rules subversive activity, which includes dictatorships. And right now, the whole world is literally under medical martial law. We can't even leave our homes. So there is something afoot here that we don't see that is going on, and it's not good. This is a battle of good versus evil. And we have to do our spiritual practices the way our guru has told us to, so we can rise above this and experience that, as I just read, we can transcend our limited identification with the body. So this started a few months ago, and Pluto is in a sign for many years. Pluto has been in Sagittarius for about 15 years. And on February 24th, it changed signs. And remember, I'm a Vedic astrologer, so when I say it changed signs, in the Vedic system, it changed signs. And it went from Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter, to Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn. This is an incredibly powerful change. Jupiter is the guru. In India, in Sanskrit, Jupiter is called Guru. It's full of grace, full of benevolent things, mercies. And so Jupiter has been controlling Pluto. But since Pluto went into Capricorn a few days ago, February 24th, it's like the earth is on fire. It's like hell on earth, like we've never experienced before. And that's because of a few reasons. Saturn is a harsh disciplinarian. It's tough. And we're going through tough times. And in addition, and Saturn is now the controller of Pluto because Pluto is in Saturn's sign. In addition, a few days ago, Mars also went into Capricorn. And Capricorn is Saturn's own sign. So it's strong there. And Capricorn is also the sign where Mars is exalted. And so Mars is very strong. But Mars and Saturn are enemies. And Mars represents action and aggression. And Saturn is a strict disciplinarian. So there's a war between those two planets. And Pluto is involved. So for as long as Mars is going to be in Capricorn, which is till May 4th, I expect that this medical martial law will continue. I don't like it either. And there is stuff going on behind the scenes we don't see. So we just take all this stuff for granted without even knowing. So there's something else that's happening that is making particularly in the United States, difficult. And that is that Ketu, which is the indicator for moksha or liberation, but it's also in a mundane sense problematic. It creates many difficulties, and it's coming over the U.S. ascendant, the U.S. rising sign, which is at 6 degrees Sagittarius. And interestingly enough, that's happening around the same time that Mars is leaving Capricorn, which is around May 4th approximately. So those two things, Mars with Capricorn, Mars with Saturn in Capricorn, and Ketu coming over the U.S. ascendant, is going to continue to make life difficult for us here in the United States. One redeeming factor that literally just started yesterday, Jupiter is in a sign for about 1 year. But just yesterday, Jupiter changed signs from Sagittarius, its own sign, where it's happy, where it's strong, to Capricorn, where it's actually the weakest sign of the zodiac for Jupiter. It's called debilitation. The one really great redeeming feature, however, is that Pluto just moved into Capricorn, so Jupiter is now closely conjunct Pluto, and will, in my view, considerably reduce Pluto's very harsh power of harm. And they will be together for many months because they're both going forward, and then in a month or two, they're going what's called stationary, and then they're going to reverse, and that's called retrograde. And they're going to go back into Sagittarius, and they're going to be together for many months until almost the end of the year. So that's a great thing for us that will reduce considerably the impact of the coronavirus. And particularly when they both go back, and they're both going back into Sagittarius in a couple months together. And that will, I think, dramatically improve the situation with our health, with the economy, with the political situation. So we need to do our practices and understand this was part of the plan, and follow the teachings of our Guru, and to be fearless and to be strong. And we can also take precautions, obviously, and we can also strengthen our immune system. People are interested in knowing what I'm doing. I'm happy to share that with you. I'm not scared at all. As a matter of fact, I'm up in South Fallsburg. I've never spent this much time here in one time, so I've started to take walks. And after being in this here for many years, I realized there's this beautiful lake, a 3-minute walk from where I am, and I go there every day. So to the extent that you can, I suggest being in nature. So thank you, and God bless.